What's going on, Central Unit? It's the Central Man here. So this is my predictions for Impact Wrestling Bound for Glory 2020. It's this weekend. It's the biggest show of the year for Impact Wrestling, formerly known as TNA. I wrote down the matches on the card. It looks like a decent card for this year's Bound for Glory. Cross my fingers. Is it going to be a good show, a bad show, or nothing special show? You have to wait until I think it's this Saturday. Anyway, so I'm gonna start with this match first. It's a call your shot gauntlet match. I watched a lot of TNA over the years. It's a gauntlet slash battle royal. It's basically a reverse battle royal. You eliminate your opponents first, and then and then end with the final two. You have to win by pinfall or submission. Anyway, so winner gets a shot at the any championship in Impact Wrestling. So there's a few men and a few women. The men competitors in this match are Tommy Dreamer, Cody Deaner, AC Romero, Sean Hernandez, just Hernandez. He was part of the LAX faction in those mid to late 2000s. I think Larry D, Rhino, and Heath. Heath is he was formerly known as Heath Slater in the WWE. He's Heath. And then there's three women in this match. Taya Valkyrie, Alicia Edwards, and Tenille Dashwood. Not really. It's so far the competitors confirming this match. Yeah. And also to put this adding stipulation in this match is that Hernandez, I'm guessing like he's started last and Rhino started first. So if Rhino wins this gauntlet match, Heath will get a contract to Impact Wrestling. I'm kind of in and out of Impact Wrestling. Not really familiar with the wrestlers on the roster. Some, but not all. But anyway, so yeah, Heath will get a contract if Rhino wins this gauntlet match. If Rhino fails to win the gauntlet match, Heath will not get his contract to be part of the Impact Wrestling roster, and Rhino will be fired. I'm gonna keep it short and simple. It's like, who gives a fuck? I'm not a big fan of Heath. He's not really the most talk about guy in pro wrestling. If you like him, that's fine. It's more of a minority thing. But yeah, this is like they're trying to do what they did in 2016. This time in 2020, nah, the ship is sailed, man. I don't know. I don't really care who's gonna be in it. I don't know any competitors gonna get a shot at the any championships. I'm done. Not a big fan of Taya Valkyrie. Not a big fan of Alicia Edwards. I think she's fucking annoying. That's just me. Tenille Dashwood maybe. So yeah. I don't really care those gauntlet matches or battle royals. Sometimes there could be a hit or miss. I'm gonna pick a random guess. I'm gonna pick Rhino winning this battle royal. I know like the whole Rhino Heath Slater tag team in WWE. It's just like what's the big deal? I'm not a big fan of them. Becoming the first ever SmackDown tag team champions. I'd rather have American Alpha winning those belts, the first champions instead of Slater and Rhino. Anyway, so moving on to the next match. We got a four-way tag team match for the Impact Wrestling Tag Team Championships. We got the champions, the Motor City Machine Guns. That is Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley, defending the belts against the Good Brothers. That is, that's Carl Anderson and Doc Gallows. Doc Gallows is the former Luke Gallows. We got the North. That is Ethan Page and I think it's Joshua Alexander. And then you got this random tag team of Ace Austin and Madman Fulton. Fulton was part of OVE faction with Sami Callihan and the Chris's. Anyway, I'm gonna keep it short and simple. I'm gonna go with the Machine Guns. Because they came back this summer at Slammiversary. The Good Brothers, I don't know. I haven't really been watching a lot of Impact Wrestling. I only watched some highlights, but I don't know about their run so far in Impact Wrestling. I think they might do better what they did in WWE. They put them on like jobbers, enhancement talents. I'm just not with the North now. I'm done with the North. That's Ethan Page and Joshua Alexander. No, I don't want them as tag team champions. They already had their time as tag team champions. And then you got not really Madman Fulton and Ace Austin. Nah, maybe in the future, but not at Bound for Glory. I'm gonna go with the Machine Guns retaining the tag team titles on the show. Anyway, moving on to the next match. The next match we got Eddie Edwards versus Ken Shamrock with Sami Callihan in Ken Shamrock corner. I don't understand this match. Don't get me wrong with Ken Shamrock. I think he's a good worker, but Eddie Edwards, he's facing a guy who's in his mid-50s. I don't care if he's in good conditions, but he's past his prime. The ship is sailed, man. This is not 1998, 1999. It's 2020. And with Sami Callihan, it's really a shame for Sami, man. Like the start of the year, he was the world champion, and then we're going into the end of the year. He feud with guys who so past their prime. I think what was it? Tommy Dreamer, RVD. He was facing Katie Forbes. I don't understand this, man. I'm not disking, but it's kind of true. I'm gonna go with Eddie Edwards defeating Ken Shamrock. I rather, I think it would be so predictable. Yeah, it'd be predictable if they did Eddie Edwards and Sami Callihan. They already fought so many times. I know they shake things up, avoid it getting stale. Anyway. Eddie Edwards, for me, he's kind of like, for the last few years, he's kind of been shoved down my throat. I like Eddie Edwards, don't get me wrong. I like the Wolves, when we're teaming up, with him and Davey Richards. But the last few years, then I'd rather turn him heel. He was better off as a heel, doing that stick with Kenny. He had that type of, Brian Pillman, Jon Moxley, FCW Jon Moxley, Dean Ambrose presence. But they kind of squandered it, man. And Alicia Fox, every time Eddie gets in like a brawl, and Alicia go, Eddie, stop it. Hate that, man. It's like, Alicia's an annoying bitch. I'm sorry. You like her? Hey, more power to you. But I just do not like it. I just, blah. It irks me, man. So, moving on to the next match. The next match, we've got EC3 versus Moose. EC3 debuted, actually not debut, he returned this summer at Slammiversary. He spent 2 crappy years in WWE. I heard rumors he's wrestling not just with this company Impact Wrestling, he's wrestling in the Indies, and also I'm guessing he's signed with Ring of Honor. I don't know, I think he's gonna be in Impact Wrestling just for a cup of coffee and that's it. I think he'll probably go to Ring of Honor. I don't know why he's signed with 2 companies. It's similar to Jon Moxley, He signed with New Japan first, and then he got signed with AEW. I hate that, It's one or the other. Same as Sami Callihan, he's wrestling. I saw one match at Major League Wrestling. He's wrestling Major League Wrestling. On the same time, he's in contract with Impact Wrestling. I don't want to get into it. It's another topic for another time. So, anyway, I like EC3's new look. He's grown like a good Tash. Moose, I don't know, man. It's really a shame Moose never won a world title. I think he was a star in Ring of Honor. Not really a big star, but I think he did okay in Ring of Honor. But in Impact Wrestling, he's so far never won a world title. He's won a Grand Slam, was it a Grand Slam championship twice, but never become the world champion. Anyway, I'm gonna keep it short and simple. I'm gonna go with EC3 being loose. That's just a random pick. Anyway, moving on to the final two matches. Actually, no, I forgot one match. My bad. Anyway, we got a 6-way intergender match, and this is for the X Division Championship. We got 5 guys, 1 woman. We got this guy. I'm gonna really butcher this dude's name. I think it's called Rojit Raju, defending the title against Willie Mack, Chris Bay, Trey Miguel, TJP, and Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace, she's in this Tessa Blanchard's role because Tessa competing that X Division match from last year's Bound for Glory event. I don't see Jordan winning. I don't see Jordan winning the title on the show. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this X Division, man. I think the last few years, man, they got good talent. Don't get me wrong, but I think it's just like the last few years. I feel like the quality kind of dipped. They're still putting good matches, but I feel like the intensity is completely gone at this point. It's non-existent. I know they're trying to protect themselves. They don't want to get like seriously injured, but I feel like it's just like the intensity's gone. It's just the tempo's gone. It's supposed to be, the X Division is supposed to be like taking limits, taking risk. Anyway, I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna pick a random guess. I'm gonna go with Willie Mack winning the title, but I can see that Roju, whatever his name is, retaining the title. Like I said, I don't watch a lot of Impact Wrestling. I'm trying to get back. I'm watching watching Impact Wrestling again. I kind of lost connected of the product. Mostly I just watch like AEW and not a lot of NXT. Anyway, moving on to the Knockouts title match. We got Deonna Purrazzo, or was it? Yeah, Deonna. Yeah, that's her name. Deonna Purrazzo defending the Knockouts title against Smiley Kylie Rae. She won the title from Jordan Grace at Slammiversary on her debut or return. Never heard of this Deonna Purrazzo before. I know who Smiley Kylie Rae is. She competed in the Women's Casino Battle Royal at the very first AEW pay-per-view. That's Double or Nothing. I covered that pay-per-view 1 year ago. Smiley Kylie Rae, some people compare her to the old Bayley, the hugger. I cannot take her seriously, but I don't know. I don't think she's going to win the title on the show. I'm going to go with Deonna Purrazzo retaining the title. So moving on to the final match of this predictions show, or predictions video. We've got Eric Young defending the Impact Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship against Rich Swann. So Eric Young made his debut, not debut, but made his return at Slammiversary because he spent about 4 years in the WWE. He was like a jobber. He had a decent run in NXT with Sanity, but main roster, they dropped the ball with him. Anyway, so he came back. He defeated Eddie Edwards. I think it was on an episode of Impact Wrestling. I don't know what month. Probably in the summer, I think. That's my guess. He won it in the summer, probably like in July or August. Anyway, so he's still he's the Psycho Eric Young from 2015. Rich Swann, I covered it on one of my Central Man talk and gossip that I brought up, like Rich Swann is retired due to an ankle injury. He picked up in I think it was in the X Division match at Slammiversary. And I'm guessing like he's coming out of retirement to face Eric Young, on paper, I was kind of might dig with Rich Swann winning the world title, but not yet, man. I think he's still young. I'm guessing he's in his late 20s. Not quite yet, man. So I go with Eric Young. because I think he looks like he's doing okay because his first world title run way back in 2014 that was a flop. Because they made him as the Daniel Bryan in the company. He's not Eric Young, but it was the creative at the time. But anyway, Eric Young, I'm gonna go with EY retaining the title. No disrespect for Rich Swann. I think he's a good worker. I kind of like Rich Swann, but not yet. Not yet. As putting the world title belt on him, he might win it. Who knows? But I can't predict the future. But anyway, so I go with EY retaining the title on the show. So yeah, that's my predictions for Impact Wrestling Battle for Glory 2020. Hope you like it. Thanks for watching, guys. Leave your thoughts in the comments section below. Smash the like button and subscribe to the Central Man Network on YouTube. And this is the Central Man officially signing out. And check you later. I wish the competitors who's competing in this pay-per-view known as Bound for Glory, I wish them a very good luck. And tomorrow I will do my predictions for WWE Hell in a Cell 2020. So this is the Central Man officially signing out. And check you later.